Brits were waking up in the ruins of their nation and saying, oh God, what have we done? A lot of Americans were looking over and saying, oh God, what are we about to do?
This is the end of the world as we know it, okay? They don't want no immigrants. Does that sound familiar? They don't want multiculturalism. Does that sound familiar? Not only can Trump win, Trump is probably gonna win, not because he's smart, but because we're so stupid that we keep telling people it can't happen here. It just happened in the UK. Slap your friends upside the head, freak the F out, run screaming around in your underwear up and down the street and tell people it happened over there and it's coming over here.
Has anyone checked on Van to see if he's okay? I mean, look, I get where he's coming from. The Brexit vote was driven by angry, less educated, older white voters who feel screwed by globalization and the establishment and have been fed a chip buddy of xenophobia slathered in slogan sauce.
I don't like what's happening in my country.
Because they're stealing our jobs and all this nonsense, and they're bringing in crime and terrorism. It's just nonsense.
Absolutely thrilled, really happy about it. About time. Hopefully we can make Britain great again.
Hey, you should get that on a hat! Even a brain-damaged baboon couldn't miss the parallels between the U.S. and Britain.
I really do see a parallel between what's happening in the United States and what's happening here.
See? Rupert Murdoch's New York Post, the Twitter egg of newspapers, cheered our mutual populist rebellion against the globalization that allowed an Australian billionaire to shove his British tabloid empire down America's gagging throat. Then there's the sad conservative leader who gambled the nation's future on his ability to control the extremists in his own party and lost. Yes, okay, we get it, it's Ryan. Now, with Cameron choosing not to preside over England's countrywide reenactment of V for Vendetta, the likeliest successor is former London mayor and Europhobe Boris Johnson, a dignified and capable statesman seen here demonstrating how immigrants might sneak past England's beloved borders. He also called Obama a Kenyan. Basically, he's Trump with his hair on backwards. So, yeah, America shouldn't be complacent, but you also shouldn't panic and move to Canada. Canada asked me to say that. America is not Britain. Being not Britain is pretty much central to the whole America brand. So is immigration. Been there, done that, got the squalid tenement. With the notable exception of 1066, Britain didn't really encounter large-scale immigration until the second half of the 20th century, when Spaniards started washing up on England's shores and breaking their hotels.
There is too much butter on those trays.
No, senor. What? Not on those trays. No, sir. Uno, dos, tres.
Foreigners are so stupid. And I'll let you in on a secret. Some Brits haven't quite adapted to the newcomers yet.
There is absolutely no way I'm a racist. The only people I do have problems with are Negroes. And I don't know why. Whether it's karma from a previous life.
Yeah, UKIP Shirley MacLaine. I think it's more that you're a racist. If it were karma, you'd come back as a black Polish imam. For British bigots, the Brexit vote was like White Christmas, and the day after was like racist Boxing Day, which they celebrated by harassing every person in Britain with brown skin or a Polish accent, including school children. If you dream of a world free of political correctness and want to see what that really looks like, check out #PostRefRacism. Not now. I don't want you crying through my show. That is really the worst outcome of Brexit. Not the breakup of the EU or the fact that you can now use the British pound as loo paper. It's that the vote made these hateful morons think that over half the country agreed with them. This is why it's not enough for Trump to lose. It has to be a fucking landslide 50-state repudiation of the vote.
Don't fucking make my tortilla, motherfucker! And build that fucking wall for me! Trump!
You idiot! You are specifically voting for a situation where you will have to make your own tortilla. But back to the hopeful stuff. The United Kingdom is 87% white. It's like if the Country Music Awards were an actual country. America is far more multiracial, and that's important because if America were as white as Britain, we'd be in trouble come November. So if Trump loses, white folks better not forget to take a person of color out to a fancy thanks for saving the country again dinner. And you know the other thing that America has that Britain lacks? A butt-ton of evangelical Christians. Thank God! Yeah, you heard that right!
America's largest Protestant denomination has wrapped up its annual gathering in St. Louis. Members passed resolutions that encourage Southern Baptists to welcome refugees into their homes and churches.
That's potentially 15 million Christians telling Trump, go tinkle up a border wall. And it's not new. For years, evangelical churches have been embracing refugees, defying political calls to block them, and even standing up to Islamophobia.
Dr. Moore, I would like to know how in the world someone within the Southern Baptist Convention can support the defending of rights for Muslims to construct mosques in the United States when these people threaten our very way of existence as Christians and Americans.
Sometimes we have really hard decisions to make. This isn't one of those things. What it means to be a Baptist is to support soul freedom for everybody.
Now that is a shining city on a hill. Not only does that Southern Baptist leader defend soul freedom, he's also a regular on the dance line. So take heart. I mean, we could still wreck everything if we forget to vote. It wouldn't be the first time. But Trump's brand of right-wing, racist, anti-immigrant demagoguery isn't American. It's a European import. And if we're smart, we'll stop it at the border and send it back where it came from. We'll be right back.